Hello and welcome in Line by Line. This is number 77. We're doing a redemption song with Bob Marley and the Wailers.
With Grizwald Grim from Grizwald Grim YouTube channel.
And Substack.
Grim, why did you pick that song?
Because it's redemption song. And redemption is one of my favorite things in the whole world. When I was a little boy, I didn't know we were poor, but I did know that if we climbed in the dumpsters and pulled out the bottles, we could take them to the store for 10 cents, and they called it redemption. And ever since then, redemption has meant a lot to me.
And now it's called recycling.
I don't like it as much. Won't you help to sing? And I really like, yes, that I will. I like being helpful. And so that's in there. I'll take the hit. Old pirates, yes, they rob I. Sold I to the merchant ships. So I think this is some sort of reference to the slave trade, perhaps. Minutes after they took they took I from the bottomless pit. So I don't know quite exactly why the pirates or he were in the bottomless pit. But that seems to be where the pirates got a hold of him and sold him to the merchant ships.
Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit. So the pirates first robbed him, then threw him into bottomless pit, then sold him. To get the timing right. I think it's like a story he tells.
It could be that, like, being in the bottomless pit in his life, like his state, put him in the position where he was where the pirates snatch people.
Oh.
Like, because the pirates used to kidnap folk, like in the coastal towns from the bars. They'd get you real drunk and then you'd wake up on a boat. And so, like, if someone's at the bottomless, like they're in their own sorrows and end up at a bar, and then that kind of thing can happen to them.
Yeah. What does he mean by old pirates?
I think it's just good to start a song. Oh, pirates, yes, they were, just, oh, it's a good start for the song.
Old pirates, yes, they're pirates.
I don't think there's any gender or age discrimination going on. I don't think there's any age discrimination going on. I think it's just a good way to open the song.
I mean, it's like experienced pirates.
No
like...
amateur is going to grab me.
Exactly. Only the experience.
All the young ones are out plundering. Like, it's the old ones that get into human trafficking.
Jesus. Okay. But my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Okay, so even though old pirates rob him and put him into bottomless pit, then sold him, he is young, and this generation is strong, got strength from the Almighty. I think when he says old pirates, he means previous generation, though. Like it is a thing. A generation does come through the song.
I'm not going to deny it because The old pirates are usually end up at the top. Like the ones at the top of the last generation are probably mostly pirates. So,
Mm,
or with that kind of morality, probably.
okay, so it's an analogy for hierarchy.
Lobster monkeys. Oh, sorry, I have a tick. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? So I can't do that one.
Redemption songs. Like, want to help to sing.
Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? Because all I ever have, redemption song.
Hmm.
So does he need your help because he doesn't have any freedom songs? Or are the songs of freedom also redemption songs? As a redemption unto freedom?
I see it as he asking people to rise up, and he tells, I'm singing a song of freedom, and you help me to sing the song of freedom.
Why?
Because before that, all he had is redemption song, but he moved on.
Oh, once redeemed, the freedom begins. And now he needs help.
Yeah, that's how I see it. I don't know, projections?
Do you think the singing the song of freedom is actually singing a song or living your life as if it's a song written to the Almighty? What if your life is a song and he's asking you to make it a song of freedom, a redemption song?
I mean, I don't think redemption song is the song of freedom. It's a song asking for freedom, basically. Because only after he sang the redemption song, he can move on to the song of freedom somehow.
Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. I mean, none but ourselves can free our minds. And then, like, there's the propaganda line next. So I know we do the whole stanza, but I want to break it up here because that part is good. Just emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Because, like I've heard some guy people dream about. One time he said, he quoted probably C.S. Lewis. And he's like, the prisons of our mind are locked from the inside. Like if you're putting a bunch of your faith into beliefs that just aren't true, like until that stops, you're not going to be able to get out because you're trapped in your own beliefs. And you're the only one that can change your mind. I mean, you can let someone convince you, but that's still you changing your mind.
I watched lately an episode on brainwashing. It's like excellent TV show on Netflix right now, how the brain works. It's absolutely amazing. And it said it's really easy to brainwash ourselves. We basically choose what crowd we spend time with, and they will affirm different beliefs in us. Social reinforcement. Apparently, it's really, really important. If you have people you belong to, a crowd you belong to, and they will keep affirming, yes, that's correct, that's a correct way to be, that's a correct. Pretty slowly, we will be convinced that that's correct way to be and also the only way to be, and everybody else is wrong because they suddenly don't belong to the same tribe because we are still deep inside tribal.
it makes sense because, like, especially when it gets cold, if we're not tribal, we die. And so being able to do what everybody else does to survive and then being able to rationalize and justify it to yourself so it becomes natural is like anything we do over and over, we're going to automate. It becomes an automatic process, and then we can like do fancy deviations because we've practiced it so much. Like even if it's just this hand movement, the more I practice it, the more it becomes automatic and easier.
Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery is also the way we choose where we get our information from. For example, mental slavery is getting out of the bubble you are in, confirmation bubble. If, for example, somebody is in one bubble, move out, check out different opinions, and then make up your mind. That's one of the ways to emancipate from yourself from mental slavery. It's like deviate and research other people's opinions, maybe. And I'm not talking about one particular group, every group. Just branch out, check out other groups. That's it.
You probably have something wrong. Most groups do. So have no fear for atomic energy, because none of them can stop the time. It could just be he was a true believer from the propaganda that was pushed in favor of atomic energy. Or it could be current to the times, political, as in the song.
Actually, the thing with atomic energy, it's considered to be one of the cleanest energies, which produces least amounts of waste. Ironically, though, because to me, nuclear waste is pretty dangerous and considered. I haven't done my own research on that. But together with the line, none of them can stop time. This means progress. Is that sooner or later we will have to learn to work with atomic energy. Right now it gathers all those fears, suspicion and stuff. But there is such thing as nuclear fusion, which is absolutely the goal or the cleanest energy. Like it's what scientists trying to do to discover how to make nuclear fusion. It's also atomic energy.
Wait till they learn how to harness the friction from quantum entanglement. But like this is 50 years ago and we're still burning coal across the planet. So
Why?
why?
Yeah, because
Because they keep killing the prophets, maybe.
so ultimately, does he think atomic energy is good or bad? What do you think in here?
I think he thinks not having fear is good.
I actually think Bob Marley read some research and he's like, yeah, that's the energy we should use and like research.
Well, I think in the 70s they had that super oil crunch and there was a big Nixon thing and everything, so it was primed on everybody's mind.
That song was written in 79. So in 79, when I watched some programs from 82, 83, 84, they kept showing how the future will look like. They actually pretty much foreseen the internet, although I think the first internet already existed in the 60s or something. And atomic energy was believed to be the future. And I think he wanted to see the future, because before that, imagine how much he would enjoy seeing the future, what happened. Maybe I'm projecting here. But I do believe he actually was for atomic energy.
Oh yeah. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Yes, some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Predestination?
I don't know what it means. To me, it feels like prophets always for some reason killed. And I think it's how they become prophetic. Although there are prophets who haven't been famously killed, like Nostradamus lived until he was like super old.
When Saturn turns from gold to iron, flee all from Geneva. Yeah, yeah. Nostradamus is my boy.
Hashtag Nostradamus. I'm sure he has foreseen our podcast.
Only if he's watching important stuff. Won't you help me sing these songs of freedom?
Because all I ever had, these songs of freedom. All I ever have, redemption songs. Whatever his beliefs are, it leaks into those lyrics. He sings it carefully, and he's like, people decipher it all.
Here's some powerful terms you can sing along with. Interpret as you will. Buy the album. Yeah. I think he believed in it.
Redemption songs, the songs of freedom. So could it mean that in the past he sang something he did not believe, and with that song he tries to redeem himself?
I don't know. I think it's more all I ever have redemption songs is because his soul longs for it so much that that's what they all are. No matter what the song is, it's a cry for redemption.
But redemption has to be for some crime or something. No?
No, because like when you go and you pick up the bottle, it's not a crime. Well, I mean, I guess it's a redemption of the littering crime, but mainly it's just, taking something wasted and redeeming the value of it. So finding value in the wasted, we'll call that redemption. At least for my purposes.
I have hard time understanding redemption. I don't think there is literal translation into my language.
Have you seen the movie Stranger Than Fiction?
Yes.
Okay, do you know how he lived his whole life just being a tax collector? And there was the big drama because he was gonna die. And once he read the script of how he was gonna die before they changed it, he decided it was worth it. Like whatever had gone wrong in his life was made okay, the value of it was redeemed by the act at the end. So that to me is a good example of redemption.
It's like one good deed at the end
Makes it all worthwhile. Like all the mistakes you've made over the course of your life, like because you like helped that kid who became Hitler one day. I mean, didn't become Hitler one day. Because like you talked to one kid who didn't become Hitler. The fact that you were a meth head for 40 years doesn't matter anymore because you make that one act you did made was so valuable to the rest of existence.
Mm.
So like is for like to restore the value that was otherwise wasted or to find value in waste is for me the song of freedom.
Mm-hmm. And then imagine what a sad story would be if a guy was like just doing all that stuff, thinking he can redeem himself, but like can't.
Redemption only comes through grace.
Mm.
There's another one is like if you watch Game of Thrones, Jamie Lannister, like he was
Mm.
serving as Kingsguard to the Mad King while the Mad King was doing all that horrible stuff. But in the end, like the King's Guard turned Kingslayer, he took ownership of his own life again and redeemed. I don't know, maybe not. But to me, it was a redemption.
Yeah, that one act was such a powerful redemption that he can do all those other heinous things later on.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Get a
like
clean slate, start over.
I not even like he can do horrible stuff because that one action he had covers the future crimes.
I know because he kind of had to redeem himself again with Brienne. I think a lot of us
By
have to
having
keep.
sex with her and then never returning again and dying with his sister.
What?
Spoiler alert.
I meant the during part, not how it ended.
No, he had a one night stand with Brienne and like, sorry, I love my sister more.
No, he had
Yeah.
like a 3 year real emotional involvement with somebody who wasn't his sister. It was amazing. It was the best.
I mean,
He had a very interesting character arc.
he had a great character arc. He's like one of my favorite. Like there are two brother Lannisters. Actually,
Mhm.
Lannister family is my favorite family in there.
The books were better. Like once the series caught up to the books, the series went to shit.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll finish the books one day.
Some say it's just a part of it. We have got to fulfill the books. I still don't understand it.
Well, talking about killing prophets.
Mm-hmm.
Prophets make prophecies. And in order for prophecies to be prophecies worth a darn, they have to come true. Which means if somebody prophesied that they're going to kill the prophets, then the prophets have to come true or the book is not fulfilled.
I don't know. What came first though? Like maybe there are people who just make up stuff.
The prophecies always come first, and then we see which ones are land right, and then we give that guy way more credit and give for his next one.
Yeah.
All I ever need, redemption song. We certainly hope something makes it all worthwhile in the end. Well, I do. I know.
Okay.
Because there's been some messy parts along the way that could probably use some redeeming. There could be a whole song and you only like the chorus can be like the only thing that means anything to you, but it can mean something to you so much that it makes the rest of the song worthwhile. And that's how this one is for me.
Mm-hmm.
Just the notion of redemption as a thing that exists in this universe as a hopeful thing to hold on to is enough for this song to mean something to me. So whatever else comes along with it.
It's so funny how I don't understand the meaning of redemption at all. Like it. Interesting. Well, Grim, thank you for your free time, which is the sponsor of all artists. Guys, please check out all the links below. You will know how to like, subscribe, support our YouTuber guest here. And bye. And the Muslim Combat by Losers Incorporated.
I'm sad more people aren't praising this amazing animation. Seriously, it's incredible.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It was pretty good.
It
I
was
like it.
an excellent animation. Yeah.
Lots of Egypt.